Let's go to Gutesa.
Okay, he went to the Senate. Tapos,
Pero bago Senado, Mike, paano natagpuan si Sergeant Gutesa?
okay, maraming mga haka-haka. Sabi nila si GMA yan, inutusan si Mike. Ano ba yung mga sinasabi?
Former President.
Former President. Tapos, may connection yun kay Inday Sara, may kung ano no. Simple. A friend of mine went to my office and we were talking and he said, Mike, bakit gusto mong pakinggan to? Sabi ko niyan, ito yung isa sa mga nagdi-deliver ng pera. Doon sa case ni Salvi ko. Sabi ko talaga, to si Gutesa and I spoke about it, snippets, kwento-kwento. O sir, nagdala kami ganito, nagulat na kami. Sa baha pala yun, sa flood control pala yung pera na yun. Kinuwento niya yung isang kasama
Hindi
na,
na siya, Mike.
hindi,
Nagkita talaga.
nagpunta siya sa akin.
Okay.
Nagpunta siya. Tapos, the reason why siya nagkwento sa akin, kasi that time, Senator Mercoleta was chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee. So, I guess he wanted to give guidance or he wanted to tell his side of the story. I went to Senator Mercoleta, sabi ko, gusto mo kausapin ng tao to. Sabi, sila ba yan? Kilala mo ba yan? Sabi ko, kilala ko, yun nagpakilala. Entrusted ko yung nagpakilala. And I'm sure, okay itong sinasabi ni Sergeant Gutesa. Sinabi ni Gutesa, nagkwento siya. Lahat ng kinikwento niya. Marcoleta appealed to him. Sabi ni Marcoleta, Senator Marcoleta, alam mo Sarge, sabi niya, itong nangyari sa bansa natin, grabe na. Itong ganito, sabi niya, sobra na. Baawa na tayo sa mga anak natin. Sabi niya, kung pwede, magsalita ka na. Kasi supposedly, grupo sila na magsasalita. Alam mo, nung nag-uusap kami sa Sergeant Gutesa, sabi niya, Sir, ano yung tingin mo mangyari sa akin? Ako, alam mo Sarge, normal yan, babatikusin ka, sisikat ka, manang. Ang sabi pa niya sa akin wala naman sir sila mababati ko sa akin, sundalo lang naman ako.
Why was he coming out? Why was he willing to talk?
Mukhang sa circles nila, nag-uusap sila ng, grabe, ito pala yun. Ito pala yung pera. Tapos, binaha yung kamag-anakan niya, binaha yung asawa, yung pamilya ng isa.
So may pagkasunod na harana sana ganun.
Oo, tapos parang inaano nila, ito pala yung pera dinideliver natin. Kasi flood control height of the flood control investigation. Tapos yun nga, nakikita lang bilyon-bilyon. So, when Sergeant Gutesa eventually decided, one of the provisions of this affidavit was nagre-request siya ng witness protection program. Pero nagulat ako nung Senate hearing, hindi naman niya nireject. Sabi niya hindi, di ba?
Oo, naparoon siya yun. Oo.
Initially, after nun, doon na kami nakita. Kinupkup siya ng mga kasama.
I'm sorry, Mike. Tama ba? Publicly niya sinabi na hindi niya kailangan.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
Okay.
Pagkatapos, after nun, boy, nawala na siya. Hindi kami nag-uusap lang kami through a third party. And then sabi, okay siya lahat ng reports, okay naman siya, tapos yung pamilya, okay naman. Then eventually, nang kuha ng reports, hindi na siya makalabas. Detained na siya. Pagkatapos doon, di ba na-deny yung Navy, okay lang sa akin. I mean, it's okay, I understand, they have to deny it. Ngayon ata, wala na siya doon. Meron kami nakukuha reports kung nasan siya. But anyway, boy, napabaliktad na nila.
Oh, because just before the first video of Zaldico, napabalita that he recanted.
Yes.
Oo, na bumaligtad na babawiin niya lahat ang kanyang sinabi.
Yes.
So what is your story?
Nung nalaman ko na yung pag-recant niya at yung dinedyo pa siya, yun ang pagkakalam ko, no? Coming from the reports, coming from the family. Siyempre nalungkot ako. Tapos medyo nagalit ako. But eventually naisip ko, hindi kawawa yung tao Paano mo sisisihin yung isang tao na nag-isip para sa bayan, pagkatapos na yun naman yung pamilya na iniipit. Yung pamilya niya may danger. So kung ako man yun, siguro pipirmahan ko lahat ng papapirmahan nila at sasabihin ko lahat ng gusto na sabihin. Kaya nga nag-a-appeal ako, napakawalan na nila because nung sinabi ni Saldico na nagdi-deliver akong pera, sabi ko okay na. At least si Gutesa hindi na siya yung main na naging problema. Biglang sinabi ng second part, totoo lahat na sinabi ni Gutesa. Naku, sabi ko, nawala na naman. Hindi na after that, hindi na namin siya alam kung nasaan.
I will not engage, sabi ng presidente. My conscience is clear, sabi ni Martin Romualdez. May mga calls pa na, no, we're not going to call for anybody's resignation. This is transparency rally. This is an accountability rally. What do you make of this whole thing? An accountability rally. What do you make of this whole thing, Mike?
You know, the problem with the analysis of some group, is that they're saying, para sa akin, boy, pag sinabi mong BBM resign, it is not only about the person. It is the office of the president. You have failed in governance. You have failed in stopping corruption in your administration. And I will go even to the extreme of saying, you knew and you were the head of the organized corruption happening in government. Now, up to the president to prove himself innocent. Kailangan niyan sagutin si Saldico. For 3 years, he was the chairman of the Committee on Appropriation. You do not become Committee Appropriations chairman if the president doesn't want you to be the chairman. The Speaker of the House, poder din ng presidente yan. Sa lahat ng naging eleksyon ng speakership, pag sinabi ng presidente itong dapat na speaker, ito yung magiging speaker. Ngayon, mas gusto ko pa nga yung ibang nagsasabi na BBM Sara resign. Diba? Congress abolish, Senate abolish, puro kayo corrupt. Mas malinaw pa sa akin yung ganang panawagan. Pero sa akin naman, extreme yun. Because from my point of view, etong kay presidente na nangyaring corruption with the budget came from his office, headed by his office as president of the country. Speaker, Committee on Appropriations. Sabi nila, may corruption din dito sa OVP eh. Okay, sinasabi niyo OVP. First and foremost, pending yan sa COA. You're talking of 800 million pesos. The actual na pinag-iimbestigan ngayon sa COA, out of 125 million, is 73 million pesos. I'm not gonna go into details, but the point is, you read the COA review of all departments. On average, DSWD, lacking of documents, deficiencies, 5 to 10 billion. Pumunta ka ng DPWH, 50 billion pesos. Pumunta ka ng Department of Health, lacking in documentation, requirements, deficiencies, rejected, disallowed. Ilan tong bilyong piso? Ang punto ko, yung mga opisina lahat nagkakaproblema from time to time as a public office, because when the COA reviews your budget, you have to make proper submission. You have to complete the requirements. Lahat kami may mga pending reviews. Pero itong corruption na nangyari, na insertion, delivery, klaro laking kwento ni Saldico. Klaro na nakikita natin sa program funds. So, going back to my point, sabi mo, re-reject lang nila, hindi totoo. Tama. At yun naman talaga ang magiging legal position ng mga taong to. Pero, hindi tanga ang taong bayan. Hindi tanga ang mga taong nanonood, nakikita na ano talaga yung nangyari. Everyone reads, everyone tries to find out ano ba nangyari sa bansa. At lahat tayo bulat. Lahat tayo parang, wow, shock. Ganito ba talaga nangyari? Diba?
Okay. There are also people now who are taking the position of, okay, anybody but Sara.
Hindi kasi yun ang ating saligang batas eh.
That's the political component of this whole mess.
Yes.
Kasi it's not purely a corruption issue. There's politics involved.
Yes.
Kahit na sino, wag lang si Sara.
Okay. Ako, nung eleksyon, ang kakampi ko si BBM at si Inday Sara. I've never spoken against the president until this time. I've been very quiet. I'm in the private sector, tahimik ako. When Gutesa came out, Saldico came out, and I saw the entire process of what they were doing, grabe. Ngayon, if you observe and if you notice, talagang lumalabas ako at nagsasalita.
At walang kinalaman dito ang former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo.
Wala.
You
Wala
were
talaga.
asked by the former president to speak out, to take care of Gutesa. Walang kinalaman dito si former President Gloria.
Yes, and now I've been coming out on my own. I don't need President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo to guide me or to tell me where to go. Okay, to be fair to GP Inday na, hindi kami nag-usap, kami nakikita. Number one, inaatake niyo siya dahil sa naging problema ng tatay niya. Hindi naman problema ni Inday Sara yung EJK eh. Nung mayor naman siya, wala namang EJK. If Inday Sara will resume the presidency, whatever personal sentiments she has, whatever hurt, whatever feelings of hatred and anger that she has to set it aside. Kailangan bansa ang unahin niya. Tanggalin niya yung sentimiento, bansa ang unahin niya. At inuulit ko, in the next 2 years, assuming nakapag-assume siya at puro away, puro gantihan, hindi, she will not be the correct president in 2020.
Kasi nasabi ko lamang ay kung saan ang gagaling itong attitude na ito, itong attitude towards VP Sara, nanuntok ng mayor. Di ba yung nakita ko, ay so aloof on
Pero alam mo,
yeah.
boy, sa akin, gumagawa lang sila ng rason. Kasi kahit na nakita ko nanuntok siya, hindi ko rin gusto yun. Although nung that time, mayor pa lang siya, bata pa lang siya, and then nung meltdown, ito, gagamitin yung rason versus the corruption that's happening in the country, versus what is being ravaged, the plunder that's happening. Walang ospital yung mga tao, walang edukasyon, binabaha, maraming nalunod, because meron ka lang nakikitang problema dito sa tao.
Does it make sense to you?
Doesn't make sense. Lahat tayo may problema eh. Ako, nagkakaroon ng problema. Hindi ka naman perfecto. Nagagalit ka, pumipitik ang ulo mo. I'm sure, boy, it happens to you.
Yeah.
But if you will use that on a question of governance, on a question of moral and political correctness,
Nasa succession.
and succession, parang mali naman ata. Di ba? Parang mali naman ata na, wag na lang yan kasi bahala na lang to. Nakawan lang tayo na the next 2 years o bahala na lang yung nangyaring nakawan for the past 3 years. Kesa naman ito, parang mali. Yun, may mga, of course, may mali yun.
Okay, with the rally that happened yesterday, at saka the rally for transparency of the Iglesia ni Cristo, anong basa mo, Mike?
The people will have their own conclusion of what really transpired in the country. And I am very confident and I have faith in the people that they will do what is right. They will do what is best for the nation, and what they see is what is happening to us.
Mike, anong panawagan mo sa taong bayan at ang panawagan mo na may kinalaman kay Sergeant Gutesa?
Unang-una para kay Sergeant Gutesa, yung po mga taong may hawak sa kanya, nakuha niya na yung gusto niyo eh. Nagawa niya na ho yung recantation, na videotape yun na ho siya. Yung sundalo ho yung taong yan, nagsilbi niya yan sa bayan. At nung lumabas siya, yun din ang paniwala niya. Nagsisilbi siya sa bansa. Kung pwede ho, pakawalan niyo na. Pabayaan niyo nang bumalik sa pamilya. Doon naman po sa ating mga kababayan, ako ho, malinaw ang issue. Si Saldico, Chairman ng Appropriations, siya gumagawa ng pondo ng gobyerno, kasama si Speaker Martin Romualdez, kasama ang Pangulo, merong korupsyon. Ginagawa nila yung korupsyon at umamin na naman sila sa bigay ng pera. Kailangan po nating lumabas. Physically, boy, we have to come out. We have to campaign. We have to talk to people. Kailangan po nating itulak tong isyong to dahil hindi naman to para sa atin na lang eh. As I've said ako, paparating na ako sa pagiging senior citizen. Ayokong maiwan yung anak ko na lumalaki at ito yung nakikita niyang bansa, ito yung nakikita niyang kinabukasan. Bakit po tayo kailangan lumabas? Kasi pag lumabas po tayo, dyan na lalabas ang mga armadong serbisyo, ang mga gobyerno, ang mga negosyante. Hindi lang to the military and the AFP. I'm talking of the business sector. I'm talking of civil institutions. Nasabihin nila, ayaw na namin to. Dahil yung ginawa nilang korupsyon dito sa ating bansa, masyadong talamak, masyadong garapan.
Mike.